Okay, students. Welcome to the playlist of Management and Entrepreneurship. The subject code is 21EE61. The finals topics I'm going to discuss it in the Management and Entrepreneurship subject. Okay. Here we need to understand two new control techniques like PRT and CPM. PERT is nothing but program evaluation and review techniques, and CPM is nothing but critical path method technique. Okay. Before getting to the actual explanation, let's we take one example. Let's we understand why we techniques are required. Okay. I want to take one simple examples. Like for example, here one person is there. Here one person is there. Is the take it as a person like manager, project manager. Okay. Uh, he will going to get some certain project from the company, that is nothing but project P. Okay, and then he will going to get some certain projects from the company, and then he will going to make he will going to make some certain, he need to complete his project within certain period of a time. Okay, for example, here there is a one person is there, is from one big company. You will going to get some certain projects from the company. You will going to complete that project on certain period of time. Okay, I don't know what amount of time. Okay, in the time there are multiple activities required like planning, scheduling, scheduling, controlling, controlling, and then resource allocation. These are all the activities required while doing our in the time. Okay, planning. We need to do the proper planning for time management. We need to do the schedule management and then controlling and then resource allocation. Okay, this is the whole idea. Here there is one person. You're going to get the project from the company, and then here there is a certain period of time to complete the project. In the project, there are multiple features are added like planning, scheduling, controlling, resource. Here we are going to use these both techniques, PRT techniques and CPM technique. PRT is nothing but program evaluation and review technique, and then critical path method technique in order to find out the amount of time required to complete the project. Okay, PRT and CPM, CPM and PRT techniques, PRT technique we are going to use in order to find out the amount of time required to complete the project. This is the whole idea about CPM and PRT. Okay, I hope all of you understand. To identify the amount of time requirement, we are going to use these both techniques. Okay, Agidre, why we go for both technique? We can use one technical, or why we go for both technique? Here there is some difference between both the techniques. Both techniques are used to identify the amount requirement of time to complete the project, but there is a small difference between both the techniques. Okay, let's understand one by one. Okay, I want to drop the board now. Okay. Okay. Now that we understand in a simple example, I'm going to take some another one example. Okay. I'm going to take one another example. Let's take one rocket example. Here, our ISRO. There is one rocket launch, Chandrayaan 3, Mangalyaan. You can take any one example. Here, there is one rocket. Rocket is there. Rocket launch, or rocket Chandrayaan 3 launch. Okay, here our ISRO people will going to decide to launch the rocket or rocket. They will going to decide the rocket, and then they must inform to the prime minister or president in order to take a initiative or complete the project. That is nothing but a project. Then everyone will go to ask about about time time. How much time you guys will going to take in order to complete this project complete this project. That is another one example. Okay, and then this is also one of the example. Everyone will going to ask to about time, how much time they will going to take to complete the project and that. Okay, that is something what duration, duration, duration. Here also in the duration, we are going to segregate into three types. Uh, Slow speed, medium speed, and then high speed. If in case if the project is very important, we go for high speed. If in case project is moderate important, then we go for medium speed. If project is very it not too much important, then if in case that is a big project, we go for slow speed project. Okay. Here also the very important task is we need to find out whether it take high speed, medium speed, or small speed and the okay. These are all this is the one of the another example. Now let's see. I hope all of you understand about PRT. Here PRT technique main agenda is to determine the time requirement, whether it may be medium speed or fast speed and high speed, or it will going to take much time, less time, medium time. Okay. Now let's understand the definition of PRT. PRT is nothing but program evaluation and review technique. Is an activity to understand the planning, arranging, scheduling, coordinating, and governing the project. This program helps to understand the techniques of study taken to complete a project, identify the least and minimum time to taken to complete the whole project. Its main agenda is least and minimum time taken to complete the whole project. ಯಾವ್ದು ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ minimum time ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. In this technique, first of all, projects are divided into activities and events. After that, proper sequence is ascertained and network is constructed. Okay. Here also the very important factor is here also they will going to divide the activities into different parts like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Okay. And then they will going to do three estimates like optimistic, most likely, pessimistic. Optimistic is nothing but minimum time in favorable situation. Of course, in favorable situation, we go for minimum time. Most likely means is nothing but a normal situation. Pessimistic is nothing but maximum time in unfavorable situation. Sometimes situation is not our control. In that time, maximum time required to complete the project. This is the whole idea about PRT with certain examples. The whole idea about PRT is nothing but time requirement. Identify the time requirement to complete the project, whether it may be that should be minimum time. Okay, it should be reduce the cost, time, and then resource. Okay, that is the whole idea. The PRT first developed polarized ballistic missile project in USA during 1958. Of course, this PRT will going to use in missile project, army projects, those things. The CPM will going to use in normal projects like industry O&M operations like that. Completing the project well in advance, short period of time ಅಲ್ಲಿ complete ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, and then it helps to reduce the cost time of the project. Here we need to follow certain steps in order to implement the PRT, sequential relationship of activity estimated, and then find out the critical activities, give time period to complete the critical activities. These are all the different activities or steps involved in the PRT. And then certain advantages and disadvantages are available in the PRT. Okay. Advantages are determine expected time period, reducing risk, detailed planning, correct action we're going to take, and then past data is required. That is the limitation of the PRT. In order to estimation for estimating the time, past data is very compulsory. And then critical path method. This critical path method is mainly applicable for industries for O&M operations. O&M operations. Okay, and then this critical path method is nothing but what? This is the form of small. This is for small projects or O&M industry project. For example, in our home, mother will know how to cook for any uh, food. For example, chapati requires some time. Anna sambar will going to require some time. Okay, there is a difference between timeline, right, for different foods. So here also in the critical path method, we know uh, before before executing the work, we know the time period exactly. At least approximate time requirement we should know. We already know. Here we are not going to uh, go for identify the time requirement. Okay, here the difference is between PRT and CPM is, here in the CPM critical path method, we know early about the time requirement to complete the project. For example, what example I give, like mother and son. That is the main. That is the one of the example. We know early about time requirement of the project. Well-known project modelings. It implements in 1956 for DuPont in USA, and then here also we are going to determine the activities and critical and non-critical tasks, least amount of time, cost, resource, and reduce the conflicts. ಇದು ಮೊದಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ we can reduce the conflicts. Here also there is certain advantages like control easy, better planning. Limitations are assumptions. Okay, assumption ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, so that leads some certain difficulties. And then here also we need to follow certain steps like identify activities and milestone, determine proper sequence, construct a network planning diagram, estimate time required, determine critical path method, update PRT chart. These are all the steps we need to follow for critical path method. The very important point is PRT used for long projects. CPM is used for industry projects. Okay, that is the main difference. Okay, and then this completes your module 5. The course outcome of module 5 is discuss the concepts of project management, capital budgeting, project feasibility studies, need for project report, and new control techniques. Okay, you can go for these textbooks. This much is enough for this class. In the next video, let's understand some certain important questions for our examination. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.